ahead of you is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So been torn, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcast it like hey ya.
Salute to my Blorange Tears family. It's your boy Subliminal 209, rocking solo bolo tonight. You know what I mean? So, man, we had two great games. The last preseason game against the Wizards with that buzzer beater by Jules, and then that last game last night that went to double overtime. So I kind of want to bring it back and talk about that first game against the Wizards. So I want to say salute, Nicka for life, Chuck Allen, what it do, my G. So that first game against the Wizards, you know, we had Taj out there. We had heard Mitch was coming back, and you know, Taj caught two quick ones. You know, he had a nice screen for RJ at the free throw line, which allowed RJ to get to the 3-point line and drain it, but yeah, he caught two quick ones. Mitch came in and kind of had to get acclimated to the game. You know, he was Mitch done his work on setting screens. Salute, City for real. What it do? And yeah, it took him a minute. He was out there. You know what Mitch does? He alters shots. He'd be out there. It's just his presence alone be having people scared. You know, changing their shot and not even wanting to take it at sometimes. So, yeah, so at that point, you know, Mitch gets off to a rocky start. And then, you know, Mitch and, you know, they call him Flex now if you didn't hear. You know, he out there flexing on everybody. And, you know, he said he was proud the way he all the work he put in over the summer and being in the gym and getting those weights up. So you could tell, you know, it worked a lot. And I think, you know, he just came in a little too overweight at the time. Salute 19, Common, NYC 84. Yeah, I'm kind of doing it all, you know, like I said, solo. So, you know, bear with me. You know, I'm not as good as my boy Cully. And so I'm just trying to do a little bit of everything tonight. So like I said, just bear with me, be patient. I'm gonna try to give him my best and my all. So yeah, so you know, Mitch looked like he came in a little overweight, but you know, he said he was gonna run with Taj and you know, get his wind up because he was winded being out there. So yeah, he still has some good footwork though. He's still twitchy. You know, he's still good at the hips. He was at times he was out there at the 3-point line guarding other people and. You know, he got a rip one time on KCP and outlet to Obi and Obi had a two-handed jam. So, I mean, he was out there, you know, doing what he could and, you know, moving around, like I said, guarding multiple people. And I knew that there was going to be a certain point in time where he was going to end up on the ground. And, yeah, it was just a matter of time. But, it wasn't just Mitch out there. I just wanted to bring up Mitch because he hasn't been out there for so long. That he looked good. He was only supposed to be out there for a couple minutes, and he ended up pulling like 26 minutes. 27 minutes. Yeah, he had 27 minutes that game with 9 boards. I mean, 6 points though. I mean, he wasn't really doing too much on the offensive side though, but just his presence alone, I'm saying, you could tell that we needed him out there. And with Taj catching those quick fouls, he was out there to showcase his abilities. And yeah, I mean, he picked up right where he left off last year. We knew, what Mitch's skills were in, and he wasn't shooting no threes. He wasn't popping no threes. He still hasn't popped any jumpers either. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we had Evan out there. Evan getting passes from Randall. How do you guys feel about Mitch? Just from what you guys saw. Let's see. We got says 19 con man. Mitch is out of shape, but still beasted for sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Though, like he was winded, but he did his thing. He was getting boards. Last night, I think he had 17 boards, and 5 offensive boards. 3 of them were in the first half. So I mean, he was out there doing his thing. I'm saying. Let's see, Juju 92 salute. Mitch is a game changer, most definitely. He's a game changer, and he, like I say, he alters the game too. So we all know that Mitch can guard positions 1 through 5, and that's what kind of made me nervous by gaining all that weight, that he wasn't able to, guard those players. I was thinking maybe since he gained that weight, he was only going to be able to guard the 5s, the bigger guys, because he said it himself that he wanted to go bang with Randall. He wanted to, I mean not Randall, with what's his name from the Sixers. He wanted to bang with those bigger guys, and so I was kind of worried about that. But his footwork was all right. He was still able to go out there and guard multiple players. So yeah, I was hyped to see that. And yeah, I mean, on that game, RJ was guarding Advia. No, he was guarding Beal. So I mean, it was nice to see RJ. You know what I'm saying? Guarding Beal. So we knew what he was about on that. And then we saw what he was about guarding Tatum last night. So RJ's defense is stepping up. Embiid, there you go. Will Salkin, salute. Embiid, yeah. So Mitch was talking about he wanted to guard bigger guys like Embiid. So yeah, he was able to hold his own out there. I mean, like I said, he didn't take no shots, but he did alter the game though. Like I said, he had 3 offensive boards. He had a bunch of putback slams, a block on Tatum. Just his blocks alone though, because there was one point where Tatum was going to the rack and he was going baseline. Now, if he would have blocked him with his right hand, that ball would have went out of bounds. But since Mitch is ambidextrous, he was able to block with his left hand, keep it inbound, and it went to Kemba, and then Kemba outletted it to RJ, and then RJ had the layup after that, though. So, I mean, just little things like that, his IQ of which hand to block the ball with, because most people want to just block it and send it to the nosebleed sections, and that's not what he was doing. His IQ and awareness is a lot better than most centers. They just want to get that highlight swat, and Mitch is not like that. He keeps the play alive, and it's able to go to transition points. So on that play, he was able to do it. There was one time where Langford was on the block, Romeo Langford, and he had received a pass from somebody, and Mitchell Robinson closed out and just he didn't even want to take the shot. He ended up just passing it out, and he passed it out, and he lost the ball. I forgot who Romeo passed it to. It went straight to Rose. Someone like deflected it and it went straight to Rose. So just little things like that. He makes people think about, do I want to shoot the ball or do I not? Or midair just change their shot and pass it. So his presence alone makes a big difference with him being on the court than a Taj, because we all know Taj isn't a rim protector. Salute, Quiet Money. What it do, my G? Be civilized. Salute. So, yeah, I mean, I'm glad that we got him back. I just wish he doesn't, throw himself around so much and be reckless, and because we need him on the court, and we can't just be having him flying around. There's one other time where the ball was going out of bounds, and Kemba was right there at the baseline. He jumped out of bounds to keep the play alive, and Kemba didn't think he was going to do that and went straight to another defender. And I think they ended up scoring on that one too. But like I said, just his presence alone is going to be a big difference this season. So I'm just glad to have him back, and hopefully he can stay healthy. What else do we want to talk about? RJ, I mean, he had a little bit of a rocky start yesterday. He was actually zero. He had 0 points the first half, but we know RJ, he got ice in his veins, and he's going to do whatever he can to, whether it shows on the scoreboard or on the stats, he's going to play hard defense. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get into your chest. He's going to take the challenge. And it was nice to see him going up against Bradley Beal and Jason Tatum. So, that was nice. I mean, Tatum had an off night, but RJ was, giving him hell. So he wasn't making it easy on him. And Evan, wow. Evan was just, clutch last night. He made a couple boneheaded passes and the ball got stolen, but for the most part, he's not a real fast guy. He's not really athletic, and I feel like RJ could take a page out of Evan's book as far as getting to the rim, because there's a couple times where Evan got to the rim and it was a nice little up and under using the glass, throwing a little English on it. And I was wondering why RJ doesn't do that, why he doesn't go with the up and unders, how he's always just, trying to go hard in the paint. And, you could do that, but at the end you have to have some finesse with it. And he doesn't seem to be doing that. Evan has, he did more than just the up and unders. He did a little, nice little sidestep layup. He showed a lot in his repertoire yesterday. I was impressed, with Evan. And we got to come up with the name. Anybody got any good names for Evan out there? I mean, we no longer have the Fresh Prince, so I mean, what would be a good name for him? Yeah, he had 4 steals. Yeah, he had 4 steals. He's very, very smart on the defensive end as far as, keeping his head on the swivel and knowing angles, because, he does get beat, but, he catches up to him as well, and he recovers. So not only that, he's very active with his hands. There's a time where he ripped Brown and he outletted it to RJ, and RJ yammed it. So, okay, Quiet Money is saying the French sniper. I'm feeling that. Yeah, the French sniper, because without him, I mean, the beginning of the overtime, he hit 3 threes in a row, for the first three plays. So, Randall was handing it to him. Randall was trying to get him those assists because he was burnt. Randall didn't have anything left in the tank. It was just nice to see someone else step up to the plate. You know, when Randall can't be that guy. So yeah, let me get salute Eli M, salute Black University, salute White Falcon 44. Yeah, Evan is a slow poke. Yeah, but he tries though. You know what I'm saying? He tries. He be out there, like I said. You know, he not only tries, but he recovers and he knows his angles and he knows how to pick his spots though. You know, without reaching in or you know, he'll have a hand in your face on closeouts. You know, he'll slow down and get a hand in your face and not foul. So, I mean, he is very smart and a vet as far as knowing his game and knowing how to play the game. And I mean, when he was playing for, you know, for his country, he was basically the man on there too. So, I mean, you know, if it comes down to clutch time, you see he ain't scared of the moment. And it's nice to know that we have another guy when someone can't pick up the slack. Will Salkin says the French finisher. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling that one too. All right, I'm about to check these out later on and write these down because those some good ones right there. The French Connection, Nickel for Life. I like that one, man. I'm liking all of these. Yeah, but like I said, that he likes. I mean, he knows all his spots though, and he ain't scared of the moment, and he could pass too. He always has his head up. You know, there was a moment where there was back to back plays where Randall got a block. This was at the end of the third quarter where Randall got a block, and then Kemba rebounded it, passed it to Obi, and then Obi got the one-handed scoop layup. But then right after that, like Evan gets the block, Rose gets the rebound, bounce passes it to Obi for the one-handed jam, and then, I mean, we just had that momentum going in that in that third quarter. You know, Randall gets the strip on Schroeder, bullet passes to RJ, and then yams it with the one hand. I mean, I was just out of my seat. You know, I had a long day yesterday. I had parent-teacher conferences going on today before I jumped on here. So I didn't catch the game in the moment like a lot of y'all did. Robert Parr says the French fries, French sauce. Be civilized says. So yeah, I was out here in my man cave watching the game. You know, like 11 o'clock at night. I had some other things to do, so yeah, I was out screaming, and yelling at my TV, and it was just an emotional roller coaster just watching that game. And yeah, I mean, it was just back to back plays where you know Evan gets a steal on a one-handed pass to RJ, and RJ gets fouled on a one-handed missed layup, and it was just one play, one after another. Will Saugen says, "Hopefully, it's not French toast." That's a good one. Yep. Yeah, y'all got them tonight. Y'all on it tonight. The French Flyer, 19 comment NYC 84 says, yeah, I mean, I'm impressed with Evan. That was 4 years, 78 million. Doesn't look bad right now. Yeah, he does good at everything, whether it's passing, playing defense. He's, like I said, he's not a shutdown defender, but he's a willing defender and knows his angles and doesn't make boneheaded, you know, plays on the defense. I mean, yeah, everybody had passes that they were throwing away yesterday. You know, there was a lot of turnovers in the game, but it was nice to see, and we knew that our defense was going to take a little bit of a, you know, from being third or fourth last year, and you know we knew it was going to take a little bit of a drop, but you know we have our strengths. We play together as a unit, and we have a lot of offensive power where people are going to score, and you can see it was going tick for tack. They scoring, we're scoring, they're scoring, we're scoring, and it was nice to see that you know we could put as many points just as fast as the other guys. So. Yeah, was anybody at the game last night? If you're at the game last night, you know, throw a year in the chat. I'm saying I'm out here in Portland, so you know I'm on the West Coast. So when you guys are watching watching games at 7 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock for me, and I'm still at work at that point. So yeah, I don't get a chance to check out the game till later on, which is cool with me though, because I don't have to watch commercials or anything like that. So I just catch it on my own time. Like I was texting Cully the other day, and he was saying you guys were all litty on Saturday. No, it was Friday night, and I was like, yeah, man, it was a date night with my wife. So by the time I got home and got the chance to relax, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm yelling at the TV at 4 in the morning in my man cave with that win. So it was all good. Joe Madden, if you're in Portland, can you tell us if there any rumbling about wanting out? Okay, yeah, I hear you. Man, they didn't look too good the other day. I mean, they got a new coach. They got, they got 2 stars, with backcourt stars with Lillard and McCollum. And I mean, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year. If they do, it'll be the play in. And they just seem to be taking going down as far as standings every year. And, they lost Melo. Melo went to the Lakers. They lost Zach Collins. I forgot where he was their backup stretch 4. And they lost Trevor Ariza. I think he went to the Lakers too. So I think they're gonna take a little bit of a drop off this year, and maybe maybe after this year that's when guys are gonna want to leave. But I don't know though. Lillard's a guy that just committed to his team, and you can tell that he wants to be there. So either they're gonna just trade him, or I'm saying that he's just gonna be one of those players like Bill is with the Wizards, that he's just committed to the team and likes the area. I don't know why he liked the area in Portland though. I mean, it's raining right now as we speak. So yeah, I don't know what the love of Portland is, but apparently he likes it. So yep, salute Joe Madden. So let's get back to this game. I mean, like I said, it was a roller coaster. It was a roller coaster of a game, and I was impressed of what I saw. You saw Tibbs was willing to go small ball. Tibbs was willing to make that adjustment, and he ran with Randall at the 5 and Obi with the 4 and at the 4. And that's another guy I've been talking about was Obi. And you saw, I mentioned it in one of the interviews that he had that twinkle in his eye, that that like that kid in Christmas where he knew what his gifts were under the tree, but he just couldn't open them up and play with them until that day. So he knew that that Tibbs was going to let him run, and he's been running, and people have been looking for him. And there's a couple plays last year where he's pointing his finger up, looking for the oop, and Rose was just waving him off, and EP was just waving him off. But that's his game. He just when the rebound is out, and he just goes in transition, and they're finding him. He had so many fast break oops and so many fast break dunks from multiple players, whether it was Rose catching him on the oops, he was showing a little bit of everything: 2-handed jams, 1-handed jams, a little up and under scoop. He ran into somebody. There's another one. He ran into somebody and he caught the contact, was off balance, and I believe he missed that one though. Yeah, he missed that one after on that one, but he still doesn't have that strength. There was a time where he was trying to back up Schroeder. He was trying to post up Schroeder, and Schroeder just wasn't having it. So yeah, he just doesn't have that lower strength. And the same thing happened to to him against Washington. He was trying to back down Denny, and Denny was going all the way around. I mean, yeah, Denny wasn't letting him go all around the paint, and he was just going around the restricted area, and he just couldn't back him down. He just didn't have the lower strength. So as long as he just plays with his strength and is in open court, then he's going to be fine. You could tell last night a lot of his, all of his shots were off. He was, clanking here, clanking there. Salute Jonathan Green. And if I mess up your guys' names, my fault. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep trying though. Like I said, it's my first time. Yeah, that's just not his game though. So if he's out in open court, then yeah, he's gonna score a lot of points for us this year. And you saw Tibbs is willing to let him go out there and run. He's always looking for the outlet passes. He's always running down court, and now we have these point guards that are get him involved. And I'm just I'm glad to see that he looks a lot more comfortable out there. Donald Cannon says, "How did you become a Knicks fan?" Sub 209. Oh man, back in the '92s, you know what I'm saying? When in the '90s, when the Knicks were just the gritty Knicks, and I was always that undersized guard, on a predominantly black team, and they just kind of always overlooked me until I got on the court. And so my favorite player was always John Starks. You know what I'm saying? I always started from the bottom. You know what I'm saying, but I always played on multiple teams, whether it was traveling teams or all-star teams, and YMCA's and Boys and Girls Clubs. So when I would always be that young kid on a team that was either, there's always two teams, so it was either the 10 to 13 and the 14 to 17 age group. So there was always two vans or two buses that would take you to different games in different cities, whether it was LA or it was Las Vegas or it was the Bay Area. So I grew up, got my grew up my childhood in those vans of older guys, always listening to their stories and just being quiet and just letting my game speak for itself. So just watching the Knicks, I'm like, yeah, that's my team right there, because I was always that gritty kid that wanted to just make a name for himself and just go out there and play. So yeah, everybody else, like Jordan and then I was like, yeah, that's easy but I didn't have that Jordan athletic ability or anything like that. So so I was like, yeah, that's not my team. So I had to go with the Knicks at that point. And yeah, I've been with them ever since. Been with them like y'all, man, with the ups and downs and the heartbreaks and yeah, so that's how I started being a Knicks fan. So yeah, so where was I at now? Talking about just different players, different Randall. I mean, oh my gosh, Randall's putting the team on his back. He's closing out games too. I mean, he closed out 2 games in the preseason. There was one, he hit a buzzer beater at halftime with some time on the clock. Then he hit another buzzer beater on Friday against the Wizards. Then, I mean, I think we have our closer. I believe we got our closer. Some people were expecting maybe Kemba to be our closer, but no, this is Randall's team. He's showing he's still willing. He's still able to do everything and willing to do whatever it takes. And he's getting better. At passing the ball and trusting his team. You saw that he was passing the ball to Evan, and Evan was getting those 3-pointers up. So it's nice that he has trust in his team, and yeah, we're gonna have a lot of weapons. We have a lot of weapons this year. We still haven't seen what the team looks full strength with Noel's back, and so we'll see that rotation with having two rim protectors there. And yeah, I mean, Kemba. How do you guys feel about Kemba? He's starting off real slow. I was expecting him to do a little more in preseason and yesterday, especially yesterday, going up against his old team. And there's a lot of smiles and laughter going on, like he wasn't taking it serious. So when he started the game, he was doing his little stop and go, little hezzy, and I was like, okay, man, take it easy on those knees real quick. And it just seemed like he burnt himself out real quick. And at the end of the game, it was like he was trying to throw it away. He had a bunch of passes where he was just throwing the ball away and almost giving the game up. So it was nice to see Tibbs make that adjustment and throw Rosen at the end to close out the game. Like I said, that small ball with Randall and Obi and RJ and Evan and Rose, that was nice to see. So Nickel Light says, I think Kemba would be okay the more he plays with the starters. He's just getting a lot of limited minutes. It's like they know Tibbs knows at some point where he's just gonna take him out. No matter whether he's kicking or not, though. But he was just real active at first, and then he didn't really do too much in that. And, we need that point guard play. We're hoping that he was gonna step in this year as a starter, and I know it's just one game though, but it was a little bit of the preseason too, and I was just expecting to see a little more from him. He's taking those charges, and that's still making me nervous because of his small frame, that he doesn't need to be out there taking all that contact. And salute JJ. He says, we legit point guard away from being a legit contender. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Most definitely. I was expecting Kemba to be that guy. Rose is. We know what we get from Rose. He's going to get you that 15 or more if you need it, or he's just going to facilitate and get everybody else involved. And like he was with Obi and closing out games. But we're going to need him for the playoffs too, and we still need that point guard play from the starters. And unfortunately, yesterday's game, quickly came in the game, and he wasn't able to produce either. So I mean, there goes 2 point guards down. So there was a lot on Rose's plate for him to make up for that loss that Kemba and quickly, wasn't able to produce or be involved in the game. White Falcon says, Lillard need Ben. Do you mean so we need Lillard or Ben? Is that what you're saying, White Falcon? To me, I mean, being right here in Portland, game time, he is a lights out shooter. His defense, is horrible, but like I said, as far as team defense, we help out one another, and just like the game you saw yesterday, going back and forth, tick for tack, they score, we score, they score, we score. And when it comes down to getting a key defensive play and a steal or a block, we're able to do that. And you saw we were able to do that at the end and help out in team defense. So, if that was to happen, and, we a Kemba for Lillard and, a couple first-round picks. But as far as Ben, he doesn't produce much on the offensive end. He can guard 1 through 5, but then you're bringing that drama too, though. You know what I'm saying? You're bringing that drama with him not wanting to play and for his team right now. And we just don't need that kind of diva in the locker room. We have good character guys, and, we don't need a rotten apple in the bunch when all our guys are high character. So we shout out to or salute Frequency. It says shout out to Freezy and Sub. How about those Knicks? Man, lovely. I'm still hyped from the last 2 games. That's gonna be a long season, and I'm gonna be doing a lot of yelling, and my voice is not gonna be there. You know what I'm saying, on the day after games, but I'm really enjoying this season. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's just fun to be out here, just enjoying it with you guys and ladies out here. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying the games and having someone to conversate with and pick each other's brains and what's going on. Because we have the best fans in the world. And the most knowledgeable ones. So just to be able to have this communication with one another and be able to bounce ideas off of one another and look through different glasses and different lenses from your perspective is just nice to have. It's nice to have that interaction because a lot of you guys, or most of everyone, I agree with and or not, but it's just nice to have that combo. Who else? Keep Kemba Fournier and Noel. Yeah, and I mean Noel's is hurt right now. We still haven't seen him all preseason and this one game. And I mean we know what Noel brings to the table. I mean he's a energy guy, block shots. He has a little bit of a not I want to say mid range, but 5 feet from the basket, he can do a little push shot, little shot from that area. Nothing crazy, but yeah, we could use another rim protector because we know Taj isn't that guy. Taj is going to come out there and give you 10 points, hard nosed defense, get in your chest, and that's what happened in the last game. He caught 2 quick ones, and he was out the game. But the other game he was doing the dream shake at the charity stripe and at the dotted line. So he has a lot in his bag. We might use him during playoff time in situational minutes in some cases. But as far as Taj though, he's going to be that guy to teach Sims and show him the game, and how to be a player on and off the court and how to be a back to the basket player and how to play defense that way and not always have to be a rim protector, shot blocker. PG-13 don't want to be in New York. Nah, PG-13 is from LA, so he's happy where he's at. Okay, Be Civilized says we are a playmaker away from doing real damage. We have is a bunch of shooters, no playmakers like that. I mean, we don't have elite playmakers. Like I said, we have Evan that was getting to the basket and showing different ways how to get to the basket without, playing above the rim. He was playing below the rim and using that rim as a defender to do the little up and unders and get a little English on that backboard. So I mean, he was able to do those types of things. Euro steps to the hoop. Yeah, Fournier gets to the cup. Quite a few ways. So not all the points are gonna be highlight reels. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not worried about that. But at the end of the day, what did he have? Did he have 37? He had 37 points, right? I mean, he was up there. Yeah, none of our guys are like that. Julius isn't like that. Julius isn't out there making highlight windmill dunks. I mean, Obi's probably the most athletic one out there. So I mean, there's RJ is not athletic to get up above the rim. So I mean, I'm happy with the guys that we have right now. Everybody seems to be gelling. You heard with what Randall said at the end of the game. This is why we played hard during preseason, and this is so we close out games like this and trust one another. And when you throw a wrench into something like that, it just messes up the whole chemistry and egos like that. So with the PG-13 and he's probably gonna want to come in and try to be the alpha, and this is Randall's team. So right now I'm good with where we're at. unless we have another high character guy like Kemba, where he joins the team and knows that Randall's the leader and that he could be a situational leader. He could be a leader on the bench, like I mentioned. At one point that he was on the bench talking to Sims, and Sims was just nodding his head and giving him a little sideways smirk. That yeah, he feels them and stuff like that. He understands where he's coming from, and that's just nice to have. Players on the bench, coaches on the bench, that are willing to give the knowledge to these younger cats, because we have a lot of young players on the team. We have Sims, we have Grimes, we have McBride. Just those three rookies. Not to mention the rookies prior to that with Obi and Quick. So we have a lot of young players right now that are going to get their time when the time comes. But right now, you see how Tibbs is. He broke down that rotation to 8 players when it came down to crunch time. So yeah, I don't know if the Rooks are going to get any playing time this year, but they're just sponges right now. They're just soaking everything up and learning from these older vets. So Randall's our PG. Yeah, Randall brought the ball down, a couple times into that. He's that point forward, and it's just going to be in situational moments. 19 comment mentioned that. Yeah, it's just going to be in situational moments where the game's coming to an end and the opposing team's defense, closes up and it gets tighter. So, yeah, he was just trying to pick his spots. He was trying to. I think he had Williams on him at the end of that game where he had to take him down to. He had him in the 3-point line. He gave him a little hezzy and got to the cup on a spin with the and one. So yeah, a couple of years ago, everybody was talking about, no handle Randall, and look at him now. He's spinning and winning for us. So it's nice to see that he didn't take that, to the head and shut down. He took it as fuel to the fire, and him and RJ, they're both like that. Like all the negativity that people say about them, they just they just work harder the next year and make sure that whoever said it eats their own words. And yeah, I love that about them. They're go-getters. So what do we say? What we got right here? Right now, win right now with this team. Can Randall win with this team? He's showing right now that he's winning with the team. We're undefeated. Undefeated in preseason, and we're undefeated in season time. It's only one game, but like I said, and like he said, this is why they practice hard. This is why they train hard. This is why they go through all that, is because so they can win, no matter what. And we're, a lot of us, including myself, during preseason, we're like, why isn't Tibbs playing these younger guys? Tibbs plays to win at all costs, and he let Randall know that, just from last year, just listen to me, and we will win, and that's what happened. We got to the 4th seed last year, and we'll continue to win, trusting Tibbs. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think as our record's going to be this year? How many wins do you guys think we'll have this year? I'm going with the conservative side, and I'm going with 47 wins. But I do believe that we will be in that 3 to 6 spot in the playoffs. Depending on injuries or whatever else is happening. Chuck Allen says 50 plus. Okay, all right, 50 plus. I can see that. Yeah, like I said, I'm just going with the more conservative. What about as far as most likely things to happen? Do you believe Julius Randle could get MVP? Do you think that Derrick Rose could get Sixth Man of the Year? Do you think RJ Barrett could get Most Improved Player? Or do you think that I said Derrick Rose already, Sixth Man of the Year? Or do you think that Mitchell Robinson could get Defensive Player of the Year? Anybody have any? If they were to bet, guess one most likely of those to happen, which do you think it'd be? Rose plays like last season, he'll be Sixth Man candidate again. All right, Frequency says that. White Falcon 44 says Mitch Defense Player of the Year. I mean, it's nice to have that option though. You heard it at the game at the Garden that everybody was screaming MVP when Randall was out there balling, and like White Falcon said, yeah, Mitch Defensive Player of the Year. I could see that happening too. At Health, because he had quite a few blocks in yesterday's game, and just his presence alone. You see RJ's just his defense and just everything. His 3-point percentages up. So I mean, we got quite a few options out there on who can win some of those awards, or Tibbs. Can Tibbs run it back and get another Coach of the Year? I mean, these are all things that can happen. Brooklyn, no defense. Yeah. I mean, a lot of those teams, the Brooklyns and the Lakers, if you look on paper, they have a lot of names that, of players that everybody knows, they made past All-Stars, future Hall of Famers. I mean, but at the end of the day, these players have to gel together, and that's what we're doing. That's why we ran it back. That's why we ran it back with the second unit being the exact same with Derrick Rose and Quickly and Obi and Burks and Noels, because you got to have that chemistry. You can't just throw a gang of people together and expect them to figure it out. There's times where players are going to be hurt and someone else is going to have to step in. And that's the thing with us, is we have that depth. We have that depth where one player's out and the next player steps in, or we have players that play multiple positions, the 1, the 2, or the 3, or the 4, or the 5, or throw them in situational moments. So as far as that, yeah, you just can't just worry about the names out there, because at the end of the day, you have to play together as a team. It's not just one person that's going to win it. And like I said, I'm happy of where we're at. We have that strong 15. We have the freshman team, the JV team, and the varsity team, and we're able to play together as a unit and play multiple positions. So yeah, I mean, I was excited about that, and just watching the game yesterday, it was nice to see celebrity row out there, and you had Spike Lee going crazy, giving high fives to everybody. You saw Michael J. Fox out there, and Teen Wolf was another movie that we never brought up though. You know what I'm saying? You know, growing up as a young and watching Teen Wolf with you know, Michael J. Fox. That was a good one. And yeah, I mean, just I was out there at the game. I mean, like I said, I didn't hear any yours out there in that, you know, in the chat if anybody was at the game, but you could just hear the electricity coming from the speakers and how loud that game was. And yeah, super exciting to know that a lot of these games are going to be like that. That was just the first game of the year to go to double overtime. I mean, we got Orlando coming up. Was it tomorrow, right? Yeah, we got Orlando coming up, you know, tomorrow, you know. And you know, Evan's gonna get a little bit of payback at that game. You know, playing one of his former teams. I think he's gonna be all business. I don't feel like he's gonna be out there smiling like Kemba was and giving everybody high fives and I think he's gonna go out there and light his old team up again, just like he did yesterday. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to kind of look over teams like, oh yeah, we should beat them. You know, it'll be an easy win because this is the NBA. There are no easy wins. You know, it's like football. Any given Sunday, anybody can show up and get hot. Look at Brown. Brown got hot last night. You know, 40 some points, and he was up there with a lot of Hall of Famers on most points for opening game. So, I mean, there's they have a lot of young players on Orlando with you know, Cole Anthony's and just a lot. They have a lot of point guards, you know, that could come in and produce some points. They have a young team, you know, the Jonathan Isaac. I'm not sure if he's playing or not. You know, as the year goes on, I'll start paying more attention to teams and players, you know, availability and matchups because yeah, they kind of cleaned house last year with getting rid of Evans and yeah, they got rid of Vucevic, however he pronounced his name. He went to the Bulls and Aaron Gordon, you know, went to the Nuggets. White Falcon says the Knicks don't have his Knicks. Why Knicks don't have a Spike Lee mascot? Yeah, we're the only team in the league that don't have a mascot, I believe. I mean, everybody got a mascot, but us. So yeah, it's good. It's gonna be a fun game. It's gonna be a fun game to watch. So I believe it's in Orlando. So you know, being away game, and we won't have the crowd behind us. You know, we'll have. Well, Orlando doesn't really have much of a crowd, anyways. You know, it's more of a tourist, you know, touristy city. So I don't think crowd noise will be much of a problem for us tomorrow. But anybody out there? Am I just ranting on by myself? Is that checking?
No, I'm here. I'm letting you get it off, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm here.
Yeah, I've been on my rant just solo for about an hour now. So yeah, it was salute. It was good. It was good. I'm glad someone.
Talking it out by yourself.
I'm glad someone joined the party. It was like table for one. You know, I was out here.
Yeah, he's hogging up the joint by himself, man. I wanted to say something, man. He talking.
You going to the game tomorrow?
Nah.
You changed your mind on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a long story, bro. Yeah, it's a long story.
That's all good. Are you doing a watch along tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my wife mentioned she might do a double tomorrow for her job. So you know what I'm saying. If I have time, I'll jump in with y'all.
Okay.
I mean, if that's all right with you, though, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to step on toes, you know. So
Man, no, you the host of the Knicks at Night podcast, bro. You don't step on toes.
yeah. So what's good, man? Man, about those last two games, though. Those last two games are wild.
Yeah.
I was just, I mean, I usually, like I said, I usually just watch it on my TV right behind me, you know, solo bolo, and I just, you know, when the game's going on, I have other things to do, so I just watch it on my own time and just turn my phone off. So when I get to it, I get to it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah. Well, you got a fan base now, though, bro. So you gotta, you might have to watch them a little bit quicker.
Yeah. Hit them like buttons for your boy, though. I'm out here just, you know what I'm saying? I was solo bolo, but my uncle and my boy Chuck Allen came through, you know what I'm saying, in the clutch to help me out. So, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
support your boys, support your family, and hit them like buttons. I
Yeah,
greatly
man.
appreciate it.
You still getting out of here at 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kind of getting ready to.
Okay.
So unless you guys want to add something, you know what I'm saying, if you guys got something to add. I know you've been on all day, so you know what I'm saying.
All
Like,
day, bro.
yeah, all morning. You know, I be
Yeah.
catching you when I be at work. You know what I'm saying I just,
Yeah.
especially right now too, since it's winter time, I'll just put the beanie cap on and put the little you know, earpiece in there. Like, okay,
Yeah, man. And just rock like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, tomorrow should be a good one though. I mean, I think Evans gonna light him up, gonna light his old team up, all business.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So Evan is playing another one of his former teams, huh?
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what he
man.
said. He said he was more, you know, he's been with Orlando more, so he felt like, you know, that was his team, not so much with the Celtics because, you know, he had caught, you know, that protocol.
Yeah.
He caught that protocol, so he was
Yeah.
like, I'm not really a Celtic, you know what I'm saying, because I had limited time with them.
Yeah.
But as far as Orlando, you know what I'm saying, they didn't draft me, you know what I'm saying. They said they didn't draft him, but he was with him for the majority of his career, so he feels like he's a magic.
Yeah, because he started out in Denver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, man. Yo, is that city for real jumping in? Is that city?
is he gonna bring the energy? Tell him slide through and bring the energy up. What's what?
You.
Yo, what's good, my family?
What's
Man, we
good?
chilling.
Yo, what's good?
Yeah,
Yo, am I good? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Now we got the party going on.
What's
Yeah,
going
man.
on?
Yo, city, we was just about to wrap up at 12, bro.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Cause Sub got something to do, man, and I'm at work. So we was just about to wrap up.
Oh, I got here late. It's so good though. It's so yo,
Yeah.
man. What yo, come on, man. Yo, come on, man. We can't do this right now, yo.
I know. But hey, yo, Subliminal got something else he got to do, and
Sure.
you know what I'm saying. So
Oh, no doubt.
it's 12, right? Sub, you want to wrap up right now? You gonna say peace to your people?
We could do that. Yeah, I'd just like to thank everybody, thank the Lawrence Tears family, thank my family for joining us tonight. You know what I'm saying, we'll be back next Thursday. Uncle probably be rocking in the morning with the morning drive, and you know, he'll be doing a watch along. So slide through. You know what it is. You know what the times is, and support your family. Hit them likes, and yeah, we'll see you next week. Same time, Knicks at night. All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.